So this is Tim Jennings with a brand new episode of Walkin' Talkin with Tim, and I'm here with Dr. Ken Lacovara. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
I did. Very good. And as you can see behind us, we are here at Edelman Fossil Park in Mantua, right?
Yep.
So look how gorgeous this place is behind us. You don't even know it's coming, but it's coming, right? So Dr. Lacovara, can I call you Ken?
Sure.
All right, so Ken is going to talk to us about exactly what's going on here. We're going to start walking because you got a good peek at it, and we're going to talk about kind of how this thing started, right? And what you're doing at Rowan. So you're part of Rowan.
I am.
And your title at Rowan is what?
I'm the founding executive director of the Edelman Fossil Park.
There you go. So the most interesting thing that you said to me all day is that this thing, like, you know, where we are here now in this basin behind us, 66 million years ago, correct?
Yep.
So that's mind-blowing to me. So to a layman, a guy who doesn't know anything about this,
Probably want to go this way.
that's absolutely mind-blowing. I'm having flashbacks of Ali Ishmael. So yes, that's very cool. So I guess tell the audience what exactly you meant when you said 66 million years ago, there's a layer about, you said 10 centimeters of sediment is where you guys found, right? You particularly found all these fossils and I guess what else would it be? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Help me.
I think many of your viewers will probably know about Hadrosaurus folkii from Haddonfield, New Jersey.
There you go.
That is the world's first discovered nearly complete dinosaur, found in 1858. The world's first discovered tyrannosaur, not T-Rex. There's 25 species of
Right.
tyrannosaur. First one found is a species called Dryptosaurus, found a mile from here in Ceres Park in 1866. So southern New Jersey really has this very special place
It is.
in the history of paleontology. It's kind of the cradle of dinosaur paleontology.
Who knew? Who knew? How did you know?
Us paleontologists know these things. So here at the Edelman Fossil Park, we have a layer that is 45 feet deep down at the bottom of our quarry,
Right.
which preserves the last moments of the dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs perished after 165 million years when an asteroid the size of Manhattan, going 25 times the speed of a bullet, hits off of the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, blasts a 110-mile crater by 12-mile deep hole in the ground, and all that debris goes up through space, circles the planet. When it comes back down, it heats up the atmosphere, and the dinosaurs, which dominated our continents for a geological era, they're gone within an hour after the impact.
That's crazy.
It's shocking.
And you
really.
you said you were able to somewhat document that hour, right?
If you look at all the sites that preserve that fallout layer in the world, very few of them have any fossils, and the ones that do just have scant remains, a couple of bones, little fish scales, things like that. This has now become the best site on the planet, the best window into this pivotal, calamitous moment that wipes out the dinosaurs and really makes the modern world as we know it.
And you said, which I thought was also pretty interesting, that at one point this little area here was 70 feet underwater.
It was. During the end of the time of the dinosaurs, the planet's very warm. And when the planet's very warm, ice melts. So at the time, there's no ice in the poles, there's little ice in the mountains, all that water's in the ocean, and it raises sea level by hundreds of feet so that the continents are inundated. The Gulf of Mexico comes up through North America, connects to the Arctic Ocean.
Right.
So here in South Jersey, we would be off the east coast of the eastern island of North America.
You also said that 66 million years isn't that long ago. So explain that just a little bit.
It's not, it sounds long ago, doesn't it? But
It does, but
if you
the way you say it.
if you take the 4.5 billion year history of the planet,
Right.
and let's say you condensed it down to 1 calendar year,
Right.
with the Earth starting on January 1st,
Uh-huh.
66 million years is Christmas Eve. The year's almost up. So we're just at the very, tail end of Earth history here in the dinosaurs. If you're at a New Year's Eve party and you're talking about something that happened at a Christmas Eve party, you say, oh, I just saw Tim, right? The dinosaurs were just here because it was just 66 million years ago.
That's crazy. I mean, it's nuts that this is even happening. And you explained kind of how this happens. You talked about the different layers of Earth, and talked about the Appalachian Mountains as they, I guess, I don't want to say eroded, but
Eroded is correct.
right. So as they eroded, they kind of made these, they formed these layers.
Yep,
Kind of a runoff of layers of land.
that's right.
And within those layers is where you guys are searching for these fossils and whatnot.
Yep.
And you found some really crazy stuff.
Over the last 13 years, excavating very methodically, we've processed about 250 square meters, not a lot. In that space, we have recovered over 100,000 fossils that represent over 100 species.
And just for edification, he showed me the spot. It doesn't look very big at all.
It's not.
It's crazy.
We go painstakingly slow, and we record everything that we find. We excavate in a way that's more like the way archaeologists might excavate than the way
Right.
us paleontologists usually excavate.
I did tell him that he's a hat and a whip away from being Harrison Ford. Anyway, but so you told me that also that you went to Rowan, which is awesome. You went to Rowan University, and then you went to Maryland,
University of Maryland for my master's degree.
and then you went to the University of Delaware for your PhD.
That's right.
Right. So what was college life like for you?
Well, I actually went into college as a music major. I was a drummer, just
Yes,
like Tim here.
We did discuss. We were
We
both
bonded
drummers.
over drumming, and that was going pretty well. And then I took what they call a gap year now. Back then it was just called dropping
Oh
out.
yeah.
Went out to California and played drums. Came back home. I was the house drummer at the Golden Nugget Casino in Atlantic City for a year, which was unbelievably fun.
It's crazy.
And then something happened. Carl Sagan's book, Cosmos, came out.
Okay.
And I read that, and I felt like he had written it just for me. And when I was a child, when I was in second grade,
Yeah.
I had determined to become a paleontologist.
Yeah, you said you were in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, Cub Scouts at the time.
Cub
but
Scouts.
Yeah. But I didn't know how to get from A to B. My father was a carpenter. He didn't graduate high school because of World War II. I didn't really know anybody who went to college except, I guess, my teachers. So at some point I thought, well, that's not for people like us. And found out I was pretty good at playing the
Not
drums.
true.
And I pursued that. But then when Cosmos came out, I realized, no, I have to be a scientist. And I got my butt back into school and did well enough to get in some really good grad programs, and then got extremely lucky when I graduated, and that I landed a job at Drexel University right away, where I was a professor for 18 years.
Right.
And as soon as I got there, by this series of unbelievable coincidences,
Go this way or this way?
this way. I got, along with colleagues from University of Pennsylvania, this expedition funded to Egypt
Oh,
to
jeez.
look for giant dinosaurs in the Sahara Desert.
See?
And it was funded by Carl Sagan's widow, Ann Drury,
Oh my gosh.
which was just amazing. And that really launched my career. That year, me and my colleagues on the trip, we had discovered the world's second largest species of dinosaur. We had a 2-hour A&E documentary narrated by Matthew McConaughey.
Wow.
And my first publication was in the journal Science.
Whoa. You know what's really cool about that story? Not just because I love music and I'm a musician, but what's really cool about the story is for any kid out there that's pursuing music, look what can happen, right? I mean, think about it. I mean, you really, the idea that you want to become a musician, you're a drummer, is kind of the first stepping stone to all this, right?
Well, I always say that music is where I learned to do hard, right? It's where I learned discipline. It's where I learned to apply myself, to practice hard, and I still use those tools today in science.
It's absolutely crazy. So right here, stop for a second. Let's just spin right around here. You got to check this out because this view is pretty phenomenal. Look at that back there. So you talked a little bit about the architect that designed this.
Yeah, so an architect named Tom Wong from the firm Enniad in New York designed this building. Tom is a world-leading architect. He just opened this huge astronomy museum in Shanghai. He's on television all the time.
Boy, it's crazy.
And he designed this. It's really, the building itself is a metaphor. You'll see that it has kind of these lenses in it, these facets. And it's really about changing your perspective on today's world, on the ancient world.
Yeah.
And the building itself has amazing sustainability features. It's made of reduced carbon concrete,
Right.
has bird-safe glass. We just put in 73 250-foot deep geothermal wells. We will have a large solar array, and the building is situated in terms of its compass direction so that it doesn't take on a lot of extra heat in the summer. It's shaded
Right.
that way, but it does take on solar radiation in the winter.
And there's some sub-level.
And we have part of the building is underground, so it doesn't lose or gain a lot of energy. So all those features combined, when we open the doors of the museum next year,
Yeah.
we will be New Jersey's largest carbon net zero building.
Check this out.
Very
right?
proud of that.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool. I mean, we toured the thing. You showed me where everything's going to be. There's going to be, I mean, sculptures of dinosaurs. There's going to be interactive things to do here. There's going to be so much to do here. I just walked through and thought, my God, people are going to come here from literally from all over the world. You know, it's amazing.
It's true. I mean, we know we will be an international tourist destination. And, you know, I think, Tim, people don't really realize what's coming to South Jersey. It's going to change the place.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about the fact that you're kind of the cool dad, right? So a little bit. I'm gonna throw him out. I'm throwing him to the wolves a little bit right now, but you're kind of the cool dad, right? So you said you were at an event not too long ago, and you said your son came up and sat down next to you.
He did, which is, you know, when you have a son in high school, you know, I was prepared for drop me off at the corner, and you know, it warms my heart for him to like
Exactly.
come across
Well,
the auditorium
this
and
is
sit next
cool.
to his pa, right? That's pretty great.
It doesn't get any cooler than this. I mean, Ken, this is off the charts cool, right? And when you guys all get to come here and check this place out, you are going to be absolutely blown away. This thing is beyond cool. I'm gonna litter a few little clips in here of some things that we looked at inside, but I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. So what do you think is going to be the outcome for Gloucester County with this whole thing?
Oh, well, it's already created hundreds of jobs in the construction. It's going to continue to create both direct jobs and indirect jobs with all the economic activity that it's going to spawn. It's going to increase the tax base by tens of millions of dollars.
Oh, love
but
it.
really, it's going to become a point of pride for the people that live in this community, the people that live in southern New Jersey. People from all around the world are going to hear about this place. They're going to come here. They're going to spend their dollars.
I live 10 minutes down the road.
And I could just imagine, like, if I was a kid growing up here, my head would have just exploded if I had a place like this to come to. So I'm just thrilled for all the children that are
Gonna get to experience all
get to
this.
come here to this really amazing place.
100%. So let's stop here real quick, and if people, let's just do a little quick 360, because this is kind of like the right here is there's a parking lot gonna be behind us. You can see the whole tree line, and as we come back, you'll see the building, the side of the building behind us. So if people want to get a hold of you, or if they want to reach out to you for some reason or other, and just kind of find out what's going on, how would they do that, or even just find out about the park itself?
You can email us at fossils@rowan.edu, or go to our website, which is rowan.edu/fossils. Pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Well, listen, thanks for being on.
My pleasure.
We did it. We did it. I got you. We did it. And listen, you guys, thanks for watching. Keep on walking. Keep on moving. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, now YouTube. And we will see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim. Peace, everybody. Wow. This is going to be incredible. It's crazy. Absolutely incredible. Well, I can't imagine what it's going to look like when it's done.
It's going to be amazing. This wall here gets a giant tree of life mural on it. It's going to be really spectacular.
Yes, that guy right there.